Hi there. We're Sean and Allison McManus from Spoken Garden, and on behalf of the National Garden Bureau and Garden Communicators International, we're here to talk with and introduce you to four different garden book authors that are going to be at a free November 9th event called Authors Talk Gardening. If you want to know more, you can click the link down in the pinned comment.
Today we have author Charlotte Ekker Wiggins. Charlotte Wiggins is an award-winning author, a blogger, a certified master beekeeper, and a master gardener. She's the author of many different books, including her newest book, A Beekeeper's Diary, Self-Guide to Keeping Bees. Charlotte, thank you. Hi.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. This is exciting. Anytime to talk about books, I'm in.
We appreciate your time today. Thank you for being here. First of all, can you tell us more about yourself and why you're so passionate about keeping bees?
I'm starting my fourth career as an author, lecturer, and teacher. I've been gardening ever since I can remember. My gardens have always been my sanctuary, right, where I go to recharge. I've been gardening on this hillside. This is my latest garden. Limestone does not grow a lot, so whatever grows here takes a lot of time. And in 2009, 2010, I thought, well, let me add bees to help pollinate my fruit trees. It wasn't until I did that I finally understood viscerally the connection we have between the bugs in our environment and our ecosystems. They are the foundation of our food sources and our life. As a matter of fact, I did a TEDx talk in 2019 at our local university about why bugs matter. So they're very important. And I also wasn't counting on falling in love. I adore my native bees and my honeybees.
For anyone who hasn't heard about your newest book, A Beekeeper's Diary, can you tell us a little bit more about it and who you wrote it for?
Actually, this is the kind of beginning beekeeping book I would have liked to have had when I started keeping bees in 2010. There are a lot of wonderful scientific and university-based books out there, and I read a number of them that were recommended, but I remember sitting back in my chair and going, now what? I didn't know what to do with all of the biology and the scientific information. I've also been teaching classes since 2012. So it actually started as a couple loose leaf handouts in class, and then it became a loose leaf binder. And then it was like, I don't want to make any more copies. I'm just writing the book, right? The book that I would have liked to have had that would guide other people. And it's won 3 international publishing awards. Writer's Digest has reviewed it and said it's a self-published book, but Writer's Digest has said it meets all traditional publishing standards and has a unique voice. So I don't know how many beekeeping books you will hear about where you're reading it and laughing out loud. There's a lot of humor in my book, and it's designed to be approachable. Beekeeping can be overwhelming, but the book makes it a little simpler for people to follow the steps that they need to start.
Now, Charlotte, based on your book, what are 3 prerequisites to starting your own bee apiary?
Well, first, there are a number of people who want to keep bees because they want to save the bees. So first, understand that the bees that need help are the native bees. They don't have advocates and caregivers like I am. I have both native bees and honeybees. But in most cases, if you want to start keeping bees, you're talking about honeybees. Regardless of what kind of bees you want to keep, they all need food. So you need to first understand what your bees will access within a 2 to 5 mile radius of where you're planning to put your bees. If you're not sure, my recommendation is just start planting native trees that provide pollen and nectar in the springtime, right? Spring flowering trees. We need that. Foraging is decreasing across the country in general. So plant native trees, shrubs, and flowers. But in terms of the actual beekeeping, first you need to do is find a beekeeping class and take 4 classes. I've had students who've taken our classes here, 4 or 5 times, because there's so much information you have to take in. You're learning a new language, you're learning science, you're becoming an amateur biologist, you're learning gardening, you're identifying trees so that you know what kind of food your bees have. It's a lot to take in at first. To find those classes, find a local bee club. Most bee clubs will have a beginning course, usually offered in the wintertime. So enroll in that. You may also find a beekeeper who would take you to their apiary to show you what it's like to be, to work with the bees. or you may have a teaching apiary associated with that club. The Great Plains Master Beekeeping Program in the Midwest has 6 states that have teaching apiaries where you can go and get over that scared to death feeling, right, of being around bees, because that's what prevents a lot of people from enjoying the experience. Plan on $1,000 plus a used freezer. The used freezer is to get rid of some of the other bugs that will be living in the hive with your bees. So invest in your education first, and then get your bees.
All great places to
Wow.
start. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, the last question we have for you, why do you think other people should sign up and attend the November 9th Authors Talk Gardening event?
I love meeting authors. I've made an effort to meet some over the years before I ever thought of being an author. But I've also been in a couple of the book parties, the previous book parties. They're a lot of fun. It's great to meet the authors. All of a sudden, you get a feeling for who they are as people, why they got involved. You have a better understanding of what their book is about. And I frankly did some of my Christmas shopping the last time I was at a book party, finished up my Christmas shopping by buying their book. So it's a lot, it's fun. It's fun to get to know people. It's fun to know that you can contact somebody later if you need information. And you might even get a free book. I think there's some giveaways, aren't there, this year?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's fun.
And it's going to be a great time on November 9th. We can't wait to be there as part of the audience. Thank you, Charlotte, for being here with us today and taking the time. Where can people find out more about you online?
So I have an author website at charlotteeckerwiggins.com. That's where you can also sign up to my garden notes, which is a free newsletter I send out every week about things happening here. So charlotteeckerwiggins.com. My custom gift business is called bluebirdgardens.com. I have 4 blogs associated with that. And that's where you can get my books that are autographed. So if you just want the book, you can go to any bookstore, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Thrift Books. I'm in all of those outlets as well. But the autograph books would come from me personally through either Charlotte Ekker Wiggins or Bluebird Gardens.
Great. And if anybody wants to connect with you also on any of the social platforms, how would they do that?
I have a link tree that's available through charlotteeckerwiggins.com. I'm also on Facebook under Charlotte Ekker Wiggins. So either place will get you to any of the other connections. I'm on TikTok. The cats are on TikTok. They're more interesting than I am. There's a lot. I try to not be on a lot of social media just because of the time it takes, away from, because I'm trying to write my 3rd book called Bees Need Flowers. But you will find a link through charlotteeckerwiggins.com.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us and for your time today. And this was a quick mini preview, everyone, for the bigger event coming up on November 9th. And we want to make sure that you get signed up. You can go to the pinned comment in this video right now and click the link, or follow through on the bit.ly link, which is again bit.ly/Fall Book Party 23.
Thank you again, Charlotte. Thank you everyone for being here, and we'll see you on November 9th.